Tonight on Newswatch 18, the College of Business is in search of a new dean. We'll bring you the latest.
Ames had a special visitor this week. We'll give you the story.
Danny Rondeau will have all you need to know for another big weekend of cycling sports. You're watching Newswatch 18.
Studio B, this is Newswatch 18.
Milwaukee.
Newswatch 18 starts now.
Joining us for tonight's Newswatch 18, I'm Emily Unkrich.
And I'm Kate Hurley. This Saturday, there's a chance of severe weather threatening the game against Kansas State. We now turn to meteorologist Nathan Gogo for more.
Yeah, there's a threat for severe weather for the game this weekend. First, starting some lightning threats as thunderstorms will be in the area prior to the game and possibly during part of the game, and more later after the game. There is a possible for a even more severe event. Possible low chance for tornadoes, but still there is a chance, and we'll have more of that in your full forecast. Back to you guys.
The search is on for the next dean of the College of Business. An 18-member committee comprised of faculty and business leaders has been selected to find the new dean. Nominations for the position can be submitted by email to deprince@iastate.edu. Dean Labhera retired in March and was replaced by interim Dean Michael Crum.
The GSB will look to open a new line of communications with university administrators by hosting roundtable conversations to confront Iowa State issues. The proposed idea is still a work in progress, with the plan to have a mix of members from the GSB Executive Cabinet and Senate in order to meet with different administrators in a small group discussion.
With the upcoming election, there are numerous opportunities to be involved in politics at ISU. On Tuesday, the College of Republicans and Democrats held a debate based on the platforms of President Obama and Governor Romney. The Iowa State Republicans won the debate based on their performance as speakers on debaters, as they were not judged on their stance. State Representative Beth Wessel-Kroeschell said it's important for students to get involved in the electoral process.
There's so much that impacts a student's life. I mean, the Pell Grants that they're talking about in here are so important to Iowa State University students who are graduating with some of the highest debt load in the country.
ISU TV will have more reaction from the debate next week on Newswatch. We will have ongoing election coverage until Election Day on November 6, 2012.
On Tuesday, Josh Romney, one of Mitt Romney's sons, paid Ames a visit and tackled important issues concerning the race between his father and President Barack Obama. Josh spoke to approximately 50 volunteers at the Ames GOP office on East Lincoln Way on the same day his father campaigned in Van Meter, addressing the president's economic record. In addition to talking about the election, Josh praised the state, saying he visited all 99 counties in Iowa and thanked the volunteers for their presence and hard work.
That spooky time of year fast approaches, making it the perfect time for Halloween festivities, such as the annual Zombie Walk. Des Moines will host the event for its 4th year, in which people dress up as zombies and walk the streets of downtown Des Moines to simulate a real-life zombie apocalypse. The walk will begin at 5:30 on Saturday, starting appropriately in front of Zombie Burger and Drink Lab. Participants can also show up early for help with makeup.
Thomas Goldstein will present his lecture, How Has the Supreme Court Reshaped American Law?, on Thursday, October 18th at 8 p.m. in the sunroom of Memorial Union. Goldstein has argued 25 cases before the Supreme Court over the past 13 years and is the publisher of Scout's blog. Goldstein teaches Supreme Court litigation at both Harvard and Stanford universities and one of the 40 most influential lawyers of the decade, according to the National Law Journal in 2010. The event is free.
The Iowa State Daily's annual Stuff the Bus food drive was held on Saturday. ISU TV's Ben Theobald brings you the story.
On Saturday, the Iowa State Daily partnered with Mid-Iowa Community Action and Food at First for the 10th annual Stuff the Bus food drive.
This year, for the 10th anniversary, we decided to get more of the community involved. So Micah has been one of our recipients or one of our organizations involved for the last 9 years. Micah's Mid-Iowa Community Action, just for the betterment of Iowa. And then Food at First is actually a local Ames organization. It's a no questions asked organization where people can just come and try to help them out.
Team members were responsible for organizing the food on the bus, as well as making drop-offs and taking donations.
It's a really good way to get students involved in the community and a way for us to give back to all the people who have supported us over the years. It's growing each year, so we're just really excited for next year and the way that it's turning out this year.
Residents who donated see Stuff the Bus as a way to give to those who may not be as well off as others.
As somebody who's quite well off, I think that it's important for us to share some of those things that we get with other people who aren't quite so well off. And certainly in this time when it's getting cold out, it's one of the coldest days we've had all year. It's kind of a good idea, I think, to express that through these givings that you guys are collecting today.
Reporting for ISU TV, I'm Ben Theobald.
All proceeds generated from Stuff the Bus were donated to Mid-Iowa Community Action.
The Chief Administrator of the U.S. Agency for International Development and the Acting Director of the Peace Corps will be presenting at the Iowa State University's World Affairs Series keynote address on October 18th at 4:30 p.m. in the Great Hall of the Memorial Union. Dr. Rajesh Shah and Carrie Hessler's Roddelay will present their lecture, Feed the Future, Food Security and Agriculture in the Development. Dr. Shea has led more than 8,000 professionals in 80 missions, including a response to the 2010 earthquake in Haiti. This address is free and open to the public.
A proposal to create a new park in West Ames has stalled in the City Council. The current owners of the lot on Ontario Street, where the park would be located, have made several demands before they agree to sell the land. The naming rights to the park, land ownership, and historic building conservation have all become issues delaying the park. The park proposal was made on behalf of an endowment from late Iowa State professor Guytel Winokur.
Well, Danny, another big weekend for the Cyclone athletes.
That's right. I'll tell you all about it and more after this break. You're watching Newswatch 18. The 25th ranked Cyclones football team take on the 6th ranked Kansas State Wildcats this Saturday. Jack Trice will be completely sold out for the 11 o'clock game. It will be the largest home crowd in Iowa State football history. Redshirt sophomore Jared Barnett is starting in his second game of the season at quarterback. The Cyclones hope Barnett can build off his solid game against TCU, in which Barnett went 12 of 21 passing for 183 yards with 3 touchdowns to senior receiver Josh Lentz. To defeat the Wildcats, ISU will need to win a tough matchup in the trenches between K-State's physical offensive line and top-notch rushing tandem to Heisman contending quarterback Colin Klein and running back John Herbert. The 23rd ranked Cyclones volleyball team throttled the Big 12 newcomer West Virginia last night at 3-0, boosting their record to 10-6, as well as earning their 700th win. Victoria Hurt and Mackenzie Bigby got the Clones off to a quick start in the first set, with both players having 3 kills to propel the team to a first set win. The second set was also dominated by Iowa State. Jamie Straube and Allison Landwehr both provided 3 kills, and the Cyclones took set number 2, 25-13. In the third set, ISU posted 4 blocks and had 3 block assists from Straube. The Cyclones have the weekend off and will be in action against 9th-ranked Texas next Wednesday. Iowa State soccer team hosts in-state rival Drake this Sunday at 1 p.m. in the Cyclones' final non-conference matchup of the regular season. The 9-7 Clones take on the Bulldogs, who have lost 3 of their last 4 games. Jennifer Dominguez leads Iowa State's offensive with 11 goals. Goalkeeper Maddie Jobe heads up the defense with 48 saves. In their last meeting, the Cyclones beat Drake 2-0. The overall series record is in ISU's favor at 3-2-3. Bino Cook, a staple of ESPN's college football coverage, has died. He was 81 years old. Cook worked for many major networks and sports organizations throughout his life. His breadth of knowledge on the history of the college game earned him the title, the Cardinal of College Football. His most recent work was with ESPN.com writer Ivan Massell, sharing a weekly podcast. The media room at the Peterson Event Center in Pittsburgh has been dedicated to Cook for his legendary contributions to the field of sports and journalism. That's all I have for sports. Nathan, you told us about some possible severe weather for the game on Saturday.
Yeah, Danny, we have a possible chance for severe weather this Saturday. However, tomorrow is going to be a decent day. I'll have more of the severe weather possibility this weekend after your break.
Alpha Omicron Pi held a fundraiser this weekend. Kyle Steingraber tells you more.
More than 1,000 runners braved the cold Sunday morning to participate in the Run for the Roses.
We thought that it's a good idea to come and support the people who are trying to raise money for a good cause. At the same time, we encourage a couple of our friends who are not into running so that we can give them support. But I do it because I love running.
After the run, participants were served breakfast and given the opportunity to get to know one another.
For me, out on campus, seeing everyone wearing runner's shirts or going out around Ames and seeing people wearing the shirts, it's like, oh, I was there, and then everyone being together, making new connections and finding people that you haven't seen in a long time. They're like, oh yeah, I'm right here too. And it's a great thing. It gets the community to just come together and just get to know each other and have some fun running and walking, and it creates conversation with people you might not normally meet on your regular daily basis.
For some, the Run for the Roses is about more than just having a good time.
It's a great day. We have awesome omelets. A lot of my friends are here, so they always brighten my day up. But just knowing that we're helping millions of people who have arthritis, several of whom I know, so it's just nice to be able to help a little bit.
Kyle Steinberger, ISU TV.
The sorority has raised $155,000 for the Alzheimer's research over the last 25 years.
An Iowa State research team led by Laura Jarbo is working to develop microbesto, creating new mutations in order to find new and efficient ways to produce renewable fuels and chemicals. The microbes ferment biofuels from the bio-oil produced by rapidly heating biomasses like corn stalks and sawdust in an effort to combine thermochemical and biochemical conversion paths. The project is supported by a 3-year, $300,000 grant from the National Science Foundation and a 3-year, $315,000 grant from the Iowa Energy Center. Once the team produces a better breed of microbe, they will then analyze genomic data in order to better understand the mutation, which will allow the team to duplicate the microbes for better biofuel production.
That's all we have for tonight's edition of Newswatch 18.
Be sure to tune in again on Tuesday at 8 for your latest update of cyclone news, weather, and sports. Have fun and safe family weekend, Ames.